All right, let's dive into one of the most intense moments from Jules Verne's classic Around the World in 80 Days. We're talking about a full-blown crisis in Calcutta where Phileas Fogg's perfectly timed journey slams headfirst into a legal wall, putting his entire 20,000-pound bet on the line. Okay, so picture this. It's October 25th. Our crew, Phileas Fogg, Passepartout, and Aouda, have just rolled into the massive city of Calcutta. The station clock strikes 4. Their next ship, the Rangoon, their only way to Hong Kong, leaves at 5. They have exactly 1 hour. The clock is ticking.
I mean, you can just feel the pressure, right? The success of this whole crazy trip, that incredible 20,000-pound wager, it all comes down to these next 60 minutes. They have to get from that train station to the docks, and there is absolutely no room for error.
So, who do we have on the scene for this high-stakes moment? Well, you've got our main man, the impossibly calm Phileas Fogg. You've got his loyal and often flustered servant, Passepartout. There's Aouda, the woman they just saved. And oh yeah, hiding in the shadows is Detective Fix, who is dead set on arresting Fogg as a bank robber. Just as they're heading out of the station, ready to start their mad dash to the port, bam! Everything grinds to a halt. 2 policemen walk right up to them. Mr. Phileas Fogg, one of the masks? And just like that, Fogg and Passepartout are told they're being taken into custody. Their perfect schedule, completely derailed.
And you can see how differently they handle this. It's just classic. On one side, you have Fogg, cool as a cucumber. He always respects the law, even when it makes no sense. But Passepartout? He's shocked, he's furious, he's ready to argue until Fogg gives him that quiet look that says, "Not now."
So they're whisked away in a carriage, taken to some government building, and then locked in a room. An officer comes in and tells them they won't see a judge until 8:30. Aouda's beside herself, thinking this is all her fault. And meanwhile, you can just imagine Detective Fix watching all this happen, a smug little smile on his face. His plan is working perfectly.
So the hours just drag on, their ship to Hong Kong is long gone. Finally, at 8:30 p.m., they're marched into this crowded courtroom. Now, we're finally going to find out what this is all about.
So what's the big charge? Desecration. You remember that little incident back in Bombay, right? When Passepartout wandered into a sacred temple with his shoes on? Well, Detective Fix sure remembered. He tipped off the police, and now 3 merchants are right here in the courtroom, ready to point the finger.
And look at this timeline. It shows just how badly Fix has messed things up for them. They got here at 4. The ship sailed at 5 without them, and they're only just starting their trial at 8:30. Fogg's rigid, mathematical schedule is completely and utterly shattered.
Well, the judge does not waste any time. The verdict for poor Passepartout is brutal. 15 days in prison and a 300-pound fine. You can just imagine Passepartout's face. He is absolutely speechless.
And just when you think it can't get any worse, it does. The judge then declares that Fogg, as his master, is just as guilty. He gets 8 days in prison and a 150-pound fine. For Detective Fix, this is it. This is checkmate. An 8-day jail sentence means the wager is officially lost.
The courtroom is just buzzing. It seems like the adventure is well and truly over. But Phileas Fogg, a man who sees every obstacle as just another math problem, is about to make a move that no one, and I mean no one, saw coming.
So let's just pause right here, because this is the moment. This is where it all could end. 8 days in jail. Fogg's entire trip is timed down to the minute. There is literally no slack in the schedule. There seems to be no way out of this. So, has Detective Fix finally won?
While everyone else is reeling from the verdict, what does Fogg do? He stands up, totally composed, opens that famous carpet bag overflowing with cash, and says 3 simple words that change absolutely everything. "I offer bail."
The judge is a little taken aback, but agrees. He says the amount will have to be pretty substantial to make sure they come back for their sentences. And Fogg's reply? 2,000 pounds. The entire room just gasps. It's a staggering amount of money, way more than the fines. Faced with a sum like that, the judge can't really say no.
Fogg pays the 2,000 pounds without even blinking, leaving everyone in the courtroom just stunned. He's back in control, his legal problems are, just paid for, and with that, he gives a simple, quiet command to his companions. Let us go. So they're free, but they've lost hours. They leave that stunned courtroom behind, and it's another mad dash, this time to the docks, to somehow find their ship, the Rangoon.
And here is the beautiful result of Fogg's quick thinking and his incredibly deep pockets. You see Detective Fix standing on the pier just watching in total despair. His perfect trap, his guaranteed win, it's all been blown apart because Fogg was willing to throw a huge pile of money at it.
And against all odds, they make it. The Rangoon is getting ready to leave, and they scramble aboard just in the nick of time. Yeah, they're out thousands of pounds and several hours behind schedule, but you know what? The journey is still on.
But you can never, ever count out a guy as relentless as Detective Fix. He's defeated, he's desperate, but he's not done. He actually has to use his own money to buy a ticket, and he sneaks aboard the Rangoon at the very last second. The pursuit is not over yet.
So later, on board the ship, Aouda is thanking Fogg, but she's so worried about all the trouble and expense she's caused him. And his reply, well, it gives us this incredible peek into his character. He says, "Madam, in saving you, I lost 2 days. I do not regret it. A human life is worth more than time or money." Wow, it's a line that completely redefines his whole mission, and it really makes you wonder, what is Phileas Fogg really chasing on this trip around the world?